Okay, so lesson 12-7.5, writing equations of circles. So write an equation of the circle in standard form. So remembering the standard form of a circle is parentheses x minus h, close parentheses squared, plus y minus k, parentheses square equals the radius squared. So our h, r, and k are referring to our center. So in this case, our center is 2, comma, -5. So 2, comma, -5, where this is our h and that is our k. So we're just going to go ahead and fill in the equation. So we're going to have x minus our h is 2 squared plus y minus our k is -5 equals our radius. Our radius is from the center to the edge of the circle. So 1, 2, 3. So radius is 3 squared. All right, just to kind of simplify it, don't forget your square on that quantity. So we'll have x minus 2 squared plus parentheses, 2 negatives make a plus. So we have y plus 5 in the next set of parentheses squared equals 3 squared is 9. And now you have the equation in standard form. So write an equation in standard form for the circle with radius 3 centered at the origin. So once again, our equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So since they tell us it's centered at the origin, we're really at the coordinate 0, 0. So therefore we can write x squared plus y squared equals, our radius is 3, so 3 squared, which gives us 9. So our final answer is x squared plus y squared equals 9. Problem 3. Write the equation in standard form for the circle passing through 3, 3, centered at the origin. So since we're centered at the origin, our center is 0, 0. So if I make a little graph, we're at 0, 0 for the center. We have a coordinate 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to need to find the radius, which means we'll need to find the distance. So if we use our distance formula, d equals square root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, where we can make our center be the x1 and y1 and our coordinate 3, 3 be x2, y2. So we just fill in square root. We'll have 3 minus 0 squared and 3 minus 0 squared when we deal with the y's. So 3 minus 0 is just 3 squared. 3 squared, don't forget your square root. We'll have 9 plus 9, and that gives us 18. So we have the square root of 18 as our radius. And so now when we go ahead and write our equation, we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So from there, we just fill in our information. Once again, we're using the center as our h and k. So x, since there's 0, we can just write x squared plus y squared. And then we have 18, the square root of 18 being squared. When we square the square root of 18, we just get 18. Don't forget, when you square a square root, they're opposites of each other and they cancel out. That's why 18 is all by itself. All right, so it says write the equation in standard form for the circle passing through the coordinate 0, 3/2, centered at the origin. So this time, since our center is at the origin, and the coordinate they give us is 3/2, 3/2, that means that coordinate is right here at 0, 1.5. So our radius is actually just 3/2. Our center is 0, 0, because it says it's at the origin. So if we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, our h and k are going to be 0, so we'll have x squared plus y squared equals 3/2 squared, and we're going to actually square that, so that's going to give us 9. 2 squared is 4, so our equation is just x squared plus y squared equals 9/4. Problem 5, write the equation in standard form for the circle that has a diameter with the endpoints 0, 3 and 0, -3. So if we draw a coordinate plane real quick, we have 1, 2, 3. So here is 0, 3. And then we have 1, 2, 3. And this is 0, -3. All right, so if our diameter is the length from here to here, that means the center must be in the middle of it. So that would be right here at 0, 0. And that is our center. So if we know this is our center, then our radius is simply the distance from the center to the edge of the circle. So 1, 2, 3. So we have a radius of 3. So if we go back to our equation of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. All right, so once again, our h and our k will be 0, so we just have x squared plus y squared equals, our radius is 3, so 3 squared, which gives us 9. And we have the equation of the circle. Problem 6, write the equation in standard form for the circle that has a diameter with the endpoints of 1, -7 and -15, -7. So if we draw a coordinate plane, and our first coordinate is 1, -7, so this is -7, and this is 1, so we have a coordinate here. The other one's at -15, -7, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's -5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and -15. So our other coordinate is right here. So we have a big old circle. These are 2 points on the circle. We're going to need to find the center. That's going to be the coordinate that's in the middle. So we currently have from 15 to 0, that's 15 units, plus 1, that's 16 units. So between the +1 and the 15, we want to go 8 units in to get towards the middle. Because if we have a total of 16 units, if we divide it by 2, we get 8, which means 8 units in will be the middle between those two values. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right here is going to be our center at -7, -7. Now the -7 for the y is because the center should line up in the middle of these 2 points. So we have the coordinate -7, -7. And so now we know our center. We also want to find our radius. To find our radius, we can simply count the distance from one coordinate to the next. which we kind of did when we were looking for the center. When the distance from -7 to -15 is 8 units. The distance from -7 to +1 is 8 units. Therefore, our radius is 8 units. So now we can just write the equation. Once again, that equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And so when we plug in our information, we're going to have x minus our h is a -7 squared plus y minus our k is also a -7 squared. Our radius is 8 squared. So now we go ahead and we simplify our equation. Two negatives next to each other make a plus, so we really have x plus 7 squared. And same thing for this next one, we have a minus and a negative sign next to each other, so that's y plus 7 squared equals 8 squared is 64. And now you have the standard form of the equation of the circle.